Okay, so we're going to look at transversal lines today. Remember, transversal lines are going to be a set of parallel lines that are intersected by another line that we call the transversal. So this one here that goes down is called our transversal because it goes across the parallel lines. Because remember, what does the prefix trans mean? Across, right? Okay, so if we look at this, this is out of your textbook for your review. 16 through 19, they want you to use this set of transversal lines, and it wants you to figure out what are the angle measures for each of these problems. So the first one wants you to look at angle 2, which is right here. If you use your ISN, there are 3 rules that you can use. And it is on page 37 of your ISN. So on 37 of your ISN, we had 4 angle relationships in our foldable, and then on the side we did the transversal rules. So in your foldable, there are 2 rules that apply to transversals. 1, supplementary angles, so 2 angles that add up to 180 degrees, straight line. And vertical angles are 2 lines that intersect and they're right across, like they go right across from each other vertically, right? And then the other rules that you will use will be your transversal rules, which are on the side of your foldable. So there's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things you can be checking for to figure out these missing angle measures. So let's look at angle 2 first. We only have 1 piece of information that the textbook gave us. This angle is 74 degrees. How can we figure out angle 2? Can we use supplementary angle rule? Can we use the supplementary angle rule right now? What about vertical angles? Yeah, because is 2 vertical to 74?
Yes.
Yeah, so you would say the measure of angle 2 is 74 degrees. And then you could just write it here. Because if you fill it in as you go, it makes it easier to see which angles you know and which angles you don't know yet. Okay, angle 3. Can we use supplementary angles?
Supplementary, so a straight line is 180 degrees, so you just take 180 minus.
Good. You see that 3, if this is my straight line right here, does 3 make a straight line with 74?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could take 180 degrees that you know a straight line is, and you could subtract what you know, 74, and what would you get for angle 3? 106. So angle 3 is 106 degrees. And I'm just going to fill it in so that I know. Next one, angle 5. Okay, look at where it's at. Now, what you want to look at is start asking yourself, where is 5? Is it on the outside or the inside of my parallel lines? Inside. So can I use alternate interior angle rule? Yeah, what is it the same angle measure as? Angle 5 is going to be the same as angle 3. Alternate interior angles. Because here's 5, and you go to the opposite side of the transversal, but still inside the parallel lines, it will be the same measure. Okay, so what is angle 5 going to be?
106 degrees.
106 degrees, good. Angle 6, look at where 6 is at. Now, there's a couple things you can do. We know that number 5 is 106 degrees, so could we use the supplementary angle rule? Yeah, because it makes a straight line with angle 5. I could go 180 minus 106. Can I also use corresponding angles?
Yeah.
Yeah. What angle does angle 6 correspond to?
2 and 7.
No, it's a slide down to the same position on the other parallel line. So here's 6. If you slide down to the same position, what angle is the corresponding angle? Angle 2. Do we know angle 2? Yep. What is it? 74 degrees. Therefore, angle 6 is also going to be 74 degrees. What rule did we use on that one? What rule? Corresponding angles. Corresponding is a slide to the similar position on the other parallel line. Do you cross the transversal? No. The only time you cross the transversal is if you're doing your alternate interior or your alternate exterior. Okay, let's do some more practicing. Hold on. Okay. One of these came from a worksheet that you did earlier when we were doing transversal lines out of a worksheet. All right, number 9, it says find the angle measure of each angle. So how many answers should you have for each of these? Look at number 9. You should have 2. I want to know what is the measure of angle 1 and what is the measure of angle 6. So I'm going to just circle them so that I can see what I'm looking at. All right, what information do you know that they give you? A starting point. 95 degrees. Okay. Which one can we figure out first? 1. What rule are you going to use to figure out angle number 1? Audrey?
Cross diagonal deal. It's
Alternate?
alternate.
Exterior. Good, because you're on the outside of the parallel lines.
Okay, alternate.
Good, so we're going to use the alternate exterior rule. And if you can't remember what they look like, can you look in your ISN for those colored sections?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the measure of angle 1?
95 degrees.
Good, it's going to be the exact same, 95 degrees. Now, what about the measure of angle 6? What rule do we have to use to solve that?
180 minus 95.
Good, 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 good. What rule is that called? It's good. Supplementary angle rule says if we know that 6 and 95 make a straight line, we can go 180 minus 95, and we're going to get 105. Did I do my mental math correct? No. 85. Right? 90 to 100 is 5. 100 to 80 is 80. So put 80 and 5 together, 85. Okay, next one. Angle 4 and angle 8. 8, 4. Which one do we know?
No, either.
63.
So we
Okay.
So if it
Okay, hold on.
subtract 180.
So I'm hearing a couple people saying that 8 is going to be the same as 63. Is that true?
we all-
Yes. No.
No. Because listen for just a minute. You have 2 choices. If you do on the opposite side of the transversal, you either have to stay inside the parallel lines on both numbers or outside the parallel lines on both numbers. 63 is on the inside, angle 8 is on the outside. I bet you Otto is really good at figuring out transversal angle measures. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we can't use alternate interior. We can't use alternate exterior. Can we use corresponding?
No.
No.
You have to subtract 180.
Good. Supplementary angle rule to find which one first?
4.
4. Because 63 and 4 make this straight line. So we're going to go 180 minus 63. And you get 7, 1, 1. So we said the measure of angle 4 is 117 degrees. What's the measure of angle 8? Why?
We use that
Corresponding angle. Slide down to the same position. Everybody sees that?
I keep on thinking of congruent.
Good. Now, this is where some people get mixed up because what happens in the next one?
It's just not the same.
Did they move the parallel line so that they were vertical?
Yeah.
Yeah, does it matter?
No.
No, you still use the same rules. So we want to figure out 6 and 4. Which one do we know?
4.
Okay, we can figure out 4 by using what number?
87.
Good. What rule? Girls?
It starts with A.
It starts with a V.
Vertex. What?
We know the measure of angle 4 is going to be 87 because of the vertical angle rule, right?
Okay.
They're right here, vertical to each other.
And then
What about the measure of angle 6? Can you use, listen, can you use alternate interior or alternate exterior? Look at where they're at. Can you? One's on the outside, one's on the inside of the parallel lines. No, throw those rules out. Can you use corresponding?
I don't.
Can you use corresponding? No, because it's a slide down in the same position. Okay? Now, watch what happens. You might have to do 2 steps to get to 6. I know that angle 2 is what?
Is
87, because I just slid 4 up. This is 87. Now can I figure out number 6?
Yeah.
By going what?
180.
Minus 87. Supplementary angle rule. So I'm going to borrow. This becomes 10. 3. I can't subtract borrow. 17 minus 8. 9. 93 degrees. Okay, you see that? I want to do another one that's like situated differently. Let's try 13. I need angle 5. Measure of angle 5 equals, and the measure of angle 7 equals. Here's 5. Here's 7. 5 and 7 do correspond to each other, so once we figure out one of them, we automatically know the other one.
So it's going to be 180 minus 1, 2.
Good. So we're going to use supplementary angle rule to say 180 minus 102 because it falls on the same line as 102, right? 7, 8. Therefore, angle 7 is what?
Therefore,
Okay, good. Now, does this look familiar? It should, because this was the worksheet that you did. Now, this guy was tricky because what did they do on 10, 11, and 12?
they add more to it.
They added 3 lines.
What kind of lines? Parallel lines. They added an extra parallel line. Does it matter?
No.
Can you still use the rules?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, this time I want you to find 3 angles. 3, 5, and 12. I'm going to find them. 3, 5, 12. 5 and 12 are what to each other? Nope.
Wait, what? Outer exterior.
Yep, alternate exterior. So if we find 5 or 12, we'll know that they will be equal to each other. Okay? What part do we know? We know 63. So we could do a couple things here. I know I had to figure out number 3. Can I just slide 63 up to 4 and go 180, supplementary angle rule, minus 63 will give me angle 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 minus 3 is 7, 1, and 1. That doesn't seem right.
No.
Did I slide correctly?
No.
What did I do wrong?
Slide. You have to slide it to 6.
Good. Or could I slide it to 2? Watch. If I slide 63 to 2, what is angle 3 going to be? Ladies and gentlemen, stay here with me. 63. Okay?
CJ, did you protect it?